Joining us now of the Los Angeles Rams is lineman Andrew Whitworth. How are you, Andrew?
How you doing, Rich, man? Happy to be on with you.
Well, I'm happy that you're on, and I appreciate you coming on. It's such a crazy time. Where are you literally right now calling in?
I am literally driving back to my home in Thousand Oaks to try and check on it before we head to the team facility because we're flying out to Colorado today.
Okay. Is your home standing, best to your knowledge?
Yeah, our neighborhood is okay. We're just kind of surrounded by some of the fires and are still in a mandatory evac until they can kind of make sure all that stuff's out based off the winds today. So hopefully family will get to move home tomorrow, tomorrow, Wednesday. But we'll, we're just kind of watching the weather and hoping we can come out clean.
And you're leaving with the team later on this afternoon to fly to Colorado to get used to, I guess, the altitude in advance of the game in Mexico City. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. We're leaving this afternoon to head out there and do some altitude, do all our work at altitude this week to kind of adjust for Mexico City.
Well, how does that make you feel, to be honest with you? I mean, what's going on between your temples right now, Andrew, as all this is happening with you getting set to leave town for a week and the country eventually?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's obviously a trying week for us. It really has been since Thursday with the shootings and then everything that developed Thursday throughout the day with the fires. It's been, an emotional time for all of us, for all the guys. I mean, as I always tell the guys when I talk to them that, we're men before we're anything, meaning that we're people before we're players. And you have to have that kind of mindset when you're making decisions. And, so it's definitely been something pulling hard on the heart this past week, just everything going on around us and the community of people that we live with and see every day. And so it's been tough. And then, really to have this where we all have to leave now today with a lot of us trying to figure out how to make sure our families are settled and safe and all that. I mean, it's obviously it's not an easy thing to do, but it's part of what we do. And so, I think that, we'll do what's best and try to make the best decisions and then go forward.
Andrew Whitworth, Rams offensive tackle here on the Rich Eisen Show. How many of your teammates and colleagues and front office folk have been evacuated, best to your ability, knowledge, with the Rams?
I think from what I understood is a little over 40 different families that were evacuated. And, honestly, the majority of them were anywhere between 1 and 5 in the morning, Thursday in the middle of the night, Friday early morning, I guess you'd say. And so, it's quite a weekend for sure because most of the families, like for us, for example, were evacuated about 2 in the morning. I think by the time we got to a hotel and really got all 4 of our kids settled and laid back down, it was about 4:30 in the morning. So it was kind of one of those deals where I was getting ready, like, hey, I guess I'm just not going to sleep because I'll probably just need to head to the facilities and usually get there about 6 in the morning. But we ended up canceling Friday just because so many families were displaced and people that worked for us. And so, it was definitely a different week, that's for sure. Something I think none of us have ever been through.
And is it true, Andrew, the Rams front office told everybody, just do what you have to do. We've got you save the receipts and we've got it. Is that a fact?
Yeah, just amazing. It shows you when things work well, they work from top to bottom, man. And when the top is handles themselves in that kind of way, it makes it so much easier for everyone that trickles on down to do things the right way and carry themselves the right way. And so it was very inspiring to hear that. Just, hey, don't worry, don't fret, don't go back. Get your family safe, get somewhere secure, and we'll take care of you.
Andrew Whitworth, again, here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, so let's get to it's just, man, it's just crazy, because I know a ton of people who have had to be evacuated and have lost their homes, and they talk about how it just feels like an apocalyptic scene with ash raining down, but there's only one community in Thousand Oaks that was torn apart before the fires due to senseless gun violence. I mean, and you donated your game check to the folks who have been harmed by the gun violence in Thousand Oaks. Why did you do that, Andrew?
Well, I feel like it's one of those things, Rich, honestly, these are families of people that every day you see one way or another, either, eating, shopping in your community, at the grocery store, through babysitters, for kids, families that we know that our kids go to school with. I mean, these are people that live right around us, and we see all the time. If you're a part of the community and you expect to be, somebody that is in a leadership role like I am as a captain of our football team, and talk to the guys all the time about not just football stuff, but just life stuff, about being who they are. You can't just sit idly by and not do something when your community is hurting. And so to me, it was like, hey, I know I have to play in a football game. I still got to prepare. At this time, we didn't have the fire stuff yet started. So I was like, what's something I can do right now in the moment to just say, hey, we're in this with you. My wife went and visited people to the vigils and everything else. My nanny, Krista, who's with us, was out giving blood and doing things. We just tried to be active. And so I texted them and my wife and just said, hey, look, I think another way we can do this is just to inspire some people that we're in this with them, is that this week we should just give our game check to these families and play for free, because the reality is this is something we can do to just inspire, hopefully put our arms around people. Obviously, it doesn't fix anything, but it can at least help people know that we're in it with them. And so, honestly, it's a pretty easy decision.
The Ventura County Community Foundation's Conejo Valley Victims Fund, for anybody out there that wants to perhaps follow suit with Andrew. I mean, can you voice what the folks in Thousand Oaks are thinking right now, Andrew?
Well, I think we should really look at it. I mean, I think that people talk about all the time. You hear people say, "I never thought it'd be here," or "You think you're away from stuff." But this community was considered voted one of the nicest and safest communities in the country just a year or two ago. For it to happen here, I think it's just one of those things that you sit there and you go, it's a harsh reality, but it is a reality, and sometimes you escape it. Is that the truth is, this is everywhere, and the potential of it is anywhere, and you can't run from it, you can't hide from it. All you can do is try to prepare yourself and try and do whatever you can, honestly, to do everything we can to get ourselves where this stuff stops happening. And you can't think that you're safe anywhere. You need to be alert. You need to understand. And my wife and I, that's the first thing we did. We woke up Thursday morning after we heard about this, and we sat in the bed and we were just like, man, I mean, you're so confused. Our kids need to go to school, right beside where this happened. Do we send our kids to school? I know it's over, but just with the chaos that's around it. And also just, hey, at what age do we start telling them, hey, this is how things are in the world today? And when you're out with your friends and places, it's just that sad reality that, man, maybe this is something that at a younger age you have to go ahead and just start talking to them about, which is unbelievable, but it's the truth.
Andrew Whitworth, Rams offensive tackle. You're a big dude, and I don't know how you're holding your phone, but we're catching only one out of every few words that you're saying. So in the few minutes we have left here with Andrew Whitworth, let me ask you this. Look, you play football for a living. If we all could do it, we would do it. You make a nice chunk of change out of it. So I say that only as the caveat. For a lot of folks out there that obviously would say, well, he's a football player. So that's my caveat. How are you getting through it? How are you and your teammates getting through all of this, playing a game, okay, where obviously your livelihood's on the line, so is your health. And on top of it, you've got Super Bowl wishes that you could bring home to a community that you've just described, certainly could use that sort of distraction. How are you handling all of this with your teammates, Andrew?
I think you just continue to challenge each other that we're made for this. I mean, as players, that's one of the things I encouraged our team with when I talked to them Thursday after the shootings, was that, we play one of the few jobs that, it's an amazing job and we get financially rewarded very well for it. But every single Sunday we face another force of another group of people that are extremely talented and really good. And we're playing through all kinds of injuries. We're playing through a lot of adversity. And if anybody should be able to understand adversity and handling pain and playing through it for one common goal, it should be NFL athletes. And so that was one of the things I encouraged the guys, is it's important for us to stand up and be strong and show the community that we're in it with them, and that maybe if there's just something we can do in the way we carry ourselves, the way we help the community, what we do to support them, if we can in some way inspire them, that they can do it, that they can get through it, that we're right there with them, we're going to stand beside them and help them through it. Any way we could just do that whatever that was. It didn't have to be financially. It could be just through your work, through your hands and feet, man, just going out in the community, just whatever way you could find it, man. Just find a way to inspire our community and the people around us. And I think that that kind of strength will also give us the strength to be who we need to be every day to be a successful football team.
All right, now let's just spend a moment in the toy department out of the real-life world for a second. Andrew Whitworth of the Los Angeles Rams. Couldn't help but notice during the game yesterday that a certain play call from your quarterback, Jared Goff, was Halle Berry, Andrew. And when I say couldn't help but notice, I also include Halle Berry in that. She tweeted catching that. What is the play call, Halle Berry, if best you can describe it without giving away too much?
Well, you know what? I'll just say this. We thought it was a really beautiful play, Rich. So, you know what? What else would you call it than Halle Berry? So, you know, I think we can all come to an agreement. Halle Berry is a beautiful human being. And, you know, hopefully she understands it's a compliment. And,
okay.
You know, I think that's what Jared tried to let her know. It's a beautiful play, and we're just glad that she noticed it.
Now, if this is, in fact, Jared shooting his shot, Andrew, is it him? Can we give him full credit? Was he the one who decided to name this play, this beautiful play, Halle Berry? Was it his choice?
I don't actually know that as fact, Rich. I'm pretty sure that might be the case, but I don't actually have 100% fact on that, so I'm not going to say that. But I will say, you know what? Hey, good for him if so.
Because, you know, he's a bachelor here in Los Angeles, right? I mean, that's a way to get on somebody's radar screen, I imagine, if you're the quarterback of the Los Angeles Rams.
Hey, man, you're 23 and the quarterback of the Rams, and, you know, having a great year. I think you can get away with that. Okay.
And then in terms of playing in this offense, he said it's my favorite play of the year is how he responded to Halle, and we're waiting to get a response to should one be forthcoming from Halle Berry. In terms of playing in this offense, you've played in a lot of high-powered ones prior to the Rams. What is it like being in this offense, coming up where so many inventive ideas are being thrown in your direction and you're being trusted to assimilate all of it and execute it, Andrew Whitworth?
Well, I think there's just so much precision that goes into what Sean wants to do, and he knows every play and can see them visually so well that, you know, I think that really for us, he's able to describe and kind of ask us in a certain way how to do things, and I think that the way he's able to kind of create the picture, we can see it too. And I think that's really what happens is that every Sunday there's our plays. We really honestly have a true belief that if everyone just does it the exact way we were coached to do it, the way that Sean has really given it to the assistant coaches to present to us, then we have full confidence that the plays work. And so it really just comes down to the process more than a result. All week long, we walk through, step through, run these plays over and over and over again, and kind of have a concept of exactly how the defenses work and why these plays should work. And there's a full belief that they will if we just do it the way we were coached to do it. And I think when you're operating that way, that's what helps you have success in this league, is that everyone's fully confident in their job and doing it to a high level.
All right, Andrew, before I let you go, is it true you donated game-worn jerseys to after the game yesterday? I don't know. There's so much going on. I don't know where you've donated them. Where did you donate game-worn jerseys from yesterday, and how can people go ahead and bid on it to raise money?
Yeah, the captains, all our captains donated our jerseys after the game. We all signed them, and people can donate, I believe, on the Rams website. They can go on there and donate or auction, basically, to bid for those. And, yeah, man, just another way we can try and do something and you know, make a difference. I mean, I think it's just important, like I've said. In adverse times, Rich, you'll never feel bad about just trying to help in some way. But if you sit there and just worry about what you could do and miss the moment, you know, that's where you're messing up. So we're just trying to find any way we can to just be active, get our feet on the ground, and be involved in trying to be part of the solution. And I'm just proud of our team and really just the effort guys have made to do that.
Way to go, Andrew Whitworth. Way to go, man. And my best to your family, and most importantly as well, your neighbors, and the first responders and the people affected by the shooting, and the way that you and the rest of your teammates have taken a leadership role in the community that you're still new to. And best of luck on your travels. And I really appreciate you, with so much up in the air, taking the time to call into the show.
Hey, I appreciate it, Rich. Anytime, man.
You bet. Thank you. That's Andrew Whitworth, one of the best at his job and also one of the best people at his job, at Whitworth77, if you want to give him a follow on Twitter.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.